Gets me through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Let's just pass around the big bowl. There you go. News reader Abby, your turn, Joe. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is our big giant coffee
Is that
bowl.
tasty? Because I had a really nice dinner last night.
Yes.
Oh,
There you go,
sort of
producer
like a
Emily.
Thai red curry aftertaste, but anyway.
Yeah. We have this big giant coffee bowl which we pass around first thing in the morning. It's the first thing that we all drink together.
Yeah.
It's real sort of, it brings us together. Do you know what I mean?
It's called the communal coffee cup.
What- the communal coffee cup. It's beautiful. What the experts are saying is that you should definitely not drink coffee for the first thing that you do when you wake up. You definitely should not do that.
Why
Okay.
not?
Well, you should drink water the first thing you do when you get up because our body is made up of, 80% water and you've had 9 hours without it.
Oh, good on you there, Dr.
Oh,
Roddy.
well, I don't mean to be a smart ass about it. I'm just saying that makes sense, does it not?
It also
Actually-
helps with the 50,000 wines you had the night before as well.
Yeah,
but
that's
anyway.
true. Actually, sweetie, they've warned against having a coffee first thing in the morning as it can hijack our body's natural rhythm, prompting us to have that afternoon crash. And boy, oh boy, I'm good at a 3 p.m. crash. Sometimes my eyes get so heavy at 3 o'clock in the afternoon I have to staple them up.
Do you?
It's probably because the first thing that I have in the morning is a coffee. I don't think twice. I think about coffee when I go to bed and I start thinking about it when I wake up at about 3 a.m. and it's the first thing that enters my mouth.
Okay.
You know that sounds like addiction.
It's definitely addiction because last time I didn't have a coffee, by 3 o'clock I had a chronic headache and then I had a coffee and it went away. That, my friends, is genuine addiction.
Yeah.
Can we just go back? When have you ever woken up at 3 a.m.?
What do you mean?
You get in here at 4:30 and you have a shower in here. So you can't tell me that you're rolling out of bed at 3 o'clock
No,
and it
no, no.
takes you an hour and a half to get ready.
No, as in I'll wake up at 3 o'clock. I'll probably wake up for a second. I dead set have a thought of coffee and then I'll go back to sleep.
So this is fascinating to me because my mother does this. Mum will have a coffee before she goes to bed. Is that
No,
something you
that's
would
not
do?
something I do
She'll
'cause
have an
it'll keep me
instant.
up.
She'll have a Moccona
of
before
course.
she hits the
My
Macona.
ex used to do
Gorgeous
that.
brew, by the way.
My ex would have 3 or 4 coffees at night. I'm
right.
like, you're a literal psychopath.
Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense. So your body produces a thing called adenosine and also cortisol. And basically one is an upper and one is a downer. And one starts really aggressively. It's the upper and then it goes down as you get towards the end of the day. And cortisol keeps you up.
Yeah.
So when you have coffee, it absolutely smashes and fights them. And then all of a sudden they're in different places and like, what's going on? What's this caffeine hit? We didn't invite you to the party. We're going to absolutely fight each other.
So are you saying that if I give up coffee, I'd probably solve all of my issues?
Yes.
as in the moody issues.
As in everything issues.
Yeah, right.
I get tired in the afternoon. My cortisol's all out of place.
Yeah.
I get up in the morning and I'm tired
Foul.
as
Yeah.
and foul. And
I can
foul
finish
mood.
this sentence for you if you like.
So maybe I should stop drinking coffee.
I don't want you to do that, Abs, because guess what? 6:15 vending machine quiz is coming up next. And we need you, Joe, to have a sip of your coffee and drop the first question, okay?
Okay, we'll do.
We've got newsreader Abby in and also producer Zoe in because there's 2 girls now who don't have a house deposit. So I want to put this to you. No, because you're young ladies just working it all out. I want to put this to you. A new survey.
I'd argue Abby's mid-30s.
I was trying to hide that for a second there. Abs. A new survey has revealed that more than a quarter of people would give up sex if that meant they would get enough money for a house deposit. Let's start with you, Abs.
Okay, so number one, I've pretty much done this. Not correct. No one's come and saved me with any money for a house deposit for giving it up.
So you
wait.
put the first part in practice.
Yeah.
You're still waiting for the
Correct.
money to come in.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I'm not dating. I'm not with anyone. No money has miraculously appeared in my bank account. So your study or whatever you're reading out is wrong.
Well, what we will say is check your bank account now. Still the same, just like my DMs. Okay, that's none from one. What about you, producer Zoe?
Would I give it up?
Yeah.
I'd have to engage in it to give it up. Yes, easily. If giving up men I got a house, sure.
Oh. That
So
doesn't,
let's-
that doesn't sit well for all the men listening out there.
Let's do a snap poll around the room because by that deduction, you're not getting any. You're not getting any. I certainly can't be bothered putting out. And your wife has just had your third child.
Do you reckon producer Emily's husband's getting any as well?
And Ems.
She's angry as well.
Producer Ems well and truly up the duff. So no
Apparently,
one.
Michael stuffed up the pasta dish yesterday as well, so not getting anything.
There you go. So we'll change this as well. It's not about house deposits. For everyone listening out there who's like, how cool's radio? You have to give up sex to do radio. Parents are finding themselves increasingly baffled by the slang used by their Gen Alpha children with terms like, and correct me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, skibbity, gyat, and tea, leaving many adults in the dark, including myself. My son, for example, is heavily into watching YouTube.
Right.
And you know the YouTube commentators, is that what they call? The guys who just talk nonsense?
Yeah.
We found a 13-minute video in my wife's phone of Henry putting it down and just talking to the camera and doing things. And every time he did something, he'd go, all right, guys, now I'm going to go shoot some hoops.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I get the hoop in first go. Wish me luck. All right.
Yeah.
And he'd run off and he goes, what do you think of that, guys?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no. What does that mean?
Yeah. I
think he punched out like and subscribe by the end of it.
Oh yeah, my kids do that all the time. Hi guys, and they set up the phone and they'll film themselves doing something. Harper is 5 and she does it. And then at the end they're like and subscribe and point to the link down the bottom. You're like, Jesus H Christ. What's going
Future's
on?
bright.
Isn't it?
Future's really bright. Skibbity, gyat, and tea. So we need to get our alpha child in here.
I am not Gen Alpha.
Our Gen Alpha child, who's producer Zoe. What are you, 7, 8 years old? What are we doing?
So to clarify, I'm Gen Z, so even this makes me feel a little bit old because these are Gen Alphas, which I think is when you're born from 2012 onwards, which are you not 2 if you're born in 2012? Since when does that make you old enough to watch YouTube?
Oh my
Okay,
gosh, I've done some living by 2012, I'll give you that much. I'll tell you that much. I've done some living.
Yeah, I bet you have.
Yeah.
But even the expression Gen Alpha makes me go skibbity. What is that?
It's like, I hear that and I go, gyat! What?
Well, wrong context. Gyat
Oh, sorry.
is like a term of excitement a lot of the time, but most of the time, and what I've seen it as is gyat is complimenting someone with a curvaceous bottom.
Oh.
If you go,
right.
and it's usually like, oh, she got that gyat.
Ooh, it's like, Darcy Fogarty, goal, gyat! Excited and curvaceous bottom.
And this is where it gets confusing. If Darcy Fogarty kicked a goal, you could say skibbity and that would be good. If Darcy Fogarty missed, kicked out in the full, you could go skibbity and that's bad.
Well, what's skibbity?
So skibbity, I'm going to explain this in the most, it doesn't make sense. On YouTube, there's a series called Skibbity Toilet.
Yes. Oh, hang on, here, I've got it.
Do you? So,
What the hell is going
the
on here?
premise
What's
of
going
the
on?
YouTube series is it's a bunch of humanoids fighting skibbity toilets.
Of
course it is.
Yeah.
And that little man is a terrifying head in a toilet and he sings skibbity bop bop. Yes, yes.
Oh,
skibbity,
now
bop,
it
bop.
makes
Yeah.
complete sense.
So kids use skibbity literally for anything. They just say it's stupid.
So what they almost say to start off a conversation.
No, I'd be like my sister will caption her Instagram posts skibbity. She's 19.
I still don't really get POV.
Pov.
Point of view.
I know it's point of view, but it doesn't make sense in the context of most of these videos that I see.
Yeah, but it's usually just like it's trying to say this is me doing this.
Yeah,
Pov.
thank you.
Yeah.
It's not a point of view. It's just someone doing something. It's stupid.
Right, last one, tea. What's that mean? As in spell
Spill the tea,
T-E-A.
baby. That one I can get
Oh,
around.
that I get.
Spill the
You don't
tea.
get that, Jones.
Do get spill the tea.
Yeah, hot beverage.
Jodes gets that. Jodes and I come in every morning and go, "What's the tea, sis?" That's gossip. Spilling the tea is spilling the gossip.
Right, okay. Now let me just say this. Tell me if I'm right here. Skibbity, showdown tickets next. Get.
Oh no!
What the fork?
What the fork?
The fork is going on. This is the phone etiquette edition because you and I have discovered that someone in this team has over 2,000, I tell you, unread texts.
Oh my gosh, that is just plain and frank irresponsibility.
Yeah, that is a failure to adult right there.
Yeah, I know. What is it? Some sort of child that we're talking about? Who is it?
It is some sort of child. Abby from the newsroom, welcome.
Oh, look at that.
So many questions. How
Abby
does...
from the news. First of all, can I just say, first of all, grow up.
Yeah.
And then, as you were, Jones.
And then secondly, how the hell does this happen?
Okay, so number one, it's 2,038 messages, but who's counting? Number two, I just don't care.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
That's aggressive.
So-
Also, number three, though, it's not that people have messaged me and I just don't reply to them. Well, some of them are, obviously. But a lot of it is like, oh, here's your code for internet banking, or here's your Afterpay code, or here's your code to get into MailChimp. Like, it's all that sort of crap.
Here's your code to access the money that we sent you, all that kind of stuff.
Here's your code to get your prince, marry your prince from
Nigeria.
Siberia. Yeah.
Siberia. Interesting.
Call this number. Call this number to organise an interview for your dream job, all those types of things. Just ignore it.
Yeah.
Just ignore it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in my dream job, so there you go.
Here's a great deal on a mortgage deposit on a home. Oh, boring.
My gosh, you've made so many people that are sitting there waiting to be read so upset.
Probably, but whatever.
Does it... Okay, this is my second question, though. Why don't you delete them if they're not important?
Because who can be bothered now? It's out of control now.
Oh
There's
my
2,000 messages in there. I don't want to have to.
2,038 messages.
I've had this phone for so long. This is the longest phone that I've had that I've not dropped and completely, utterly screwed, right?
That's your defence, is it?
I've had it for over 7 years or something since I left Adelaide. So who could be bothered scrolling all the way back, deleting messages and opening all the messages?
It's not good enough. I'm just going to be honest with you. 13 24 10. Poor phone etiquette.
Yeah.
What's the things that people do on their phone, whether it's you or your mates or your family, they do to you that make you go, oh my gosh, it makes me so angry.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay, here we go.
So don't leave me a voicemail.
Yeah.
I won't,
That's a big one, isn't it?
I won't listen to it. I've seen Colleen. This is my mother. I'm talking to you. I have seen your missed call. I'll return it.
Yeah.
There is no point leaving a 10-second voicemail that says, "Hi, hun. Just calling to catch up. Give me a call." Yep.
I sometimes, because I leave voicemails.
Yeah, I know
I'm that
you do.
guy.
Because
I
you're a
love
child.
doing it too. I also like saying something funny in the voicemail, and then they have to listen to it, and then it probably annoys people. But I have run into a lot of voicemails recently where people will say, "Hey, sorry, Mr. Call, text me."
Yes.
Text me
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard that
in
yet.
the voicemail.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Which makes sense. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, cool. And then you text.
So that's one of them. The other one, there is a special place in hell for those people that speak on speaker.
Yeah.
Have their
Yeah.
conversations in a public space, in the gym, in a
Yeah.
cafe, on speaker. God, it makes me mad, and I will death stare you.
100%.
I will give you that look, mate. I don't give a rat's.
I'll be like, is she checking me out?
Yeah, I thought you were checking him out.
13 24 10, poor etiquette via the phone. What really, really grinds your gears? Let's kick it off with Daniel and Langhorne Creek. G'day,
yes,
Daniel.
Daniel.
What's the wife do?
Oh, she sets out 50 alarms every bloody day.
Yeah.
And it's some of it's just for have a drink of water or just something stupid. It's just ridiculous. I love her, but bloody hell.
She's got an alarm. It's like, make sure you keep on breathing.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Oh, man. Daniel, my mother-in-law does that too. And it's just like every time an alarm goes off, we just dissolve into laughter. We're like, what's that one for, Janet? You got to put a cross stitch in your knitting? Like what?
Oh, my God. At least she's organised, Daniel. She's trying to keep herself on top of things.
Well, trying to.
Yeah.
It's not working very well, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
See, that's the other problem as well. When you're setting so many alarms, you start to rely on those things. Otherwise, you turn into a bit of a space cadet.
Yeah. Use your brain, people. Use your memory muscle.
How dare you talk to Daniel's
I
wife
didn't
like
mean, no. I love Daniel's wife. She's divine.
13 24 10. Poor etiquette via the phones. What's really grinding your gears? Let's unload, just like we did on Daniel's wife. Okay? This is an open, free space. 13 24 10.
What the fork?
What the fork?
Fork is happening.
Okay, so we've discovered that newsreader Abby has 2,036 unread text messages, which gives me so much anxiety.
Nice abs.
Oh, my.
Thank you.
What about all the people like, when's she going to write back? Probably never.
I feel like there's not too many in there that are waiting for a reply. Like I said, it's more codes and things like that to get into banking.
How do you know? You haven't
Codes.
even
You
read
don't
them.
know.
Because it comes up, you can see them, and then I just ignore them.
You're like the person whose letterbox gets too full, so you're like, oh, I'm just going to torch it.
I was just going to burn all these
There could
letters.
be checks in there, you know?
Yeah.
So we're talking on 13 24 10 phone etiquette, things that just drive you batty.
Before we get to Anastasia and Mawson Lakes, you've got a good one, which it makes me furious.
So my husband will call me and then I miss it and I will call him back immediately, if not sooner, and he doesn't answer.
Yeah.
Come
You're
on.
like, what are you doing?
Come on.
What, did you call and then go, I gotta go put the phone on and run off?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
What has happened in that 28 seconds that I missed your call and called you back and you're not there?
Yes, that is infuriating.
Yep.
Anastasia, good morning to you.
Good morning, how are you?
We're good, Anastasia. What does your head in about phones?
Oh, yeah, like seriously, when someone sends you a text message and you can't be bothered texting them back, so you'll just call them and they just don't answer.
Oh,
I'm
see,
just like, you're sending me a text message, you're waiting for a reply. Like, why don't you just pick up your phone and let me talk to you?
but this is the thing.
And then I'll text them back, call me. It's like, what do you want me to say?
This is the thing, though, Anastasia. This is the thing. This is where I'm similar to you because I'm a talker. I would rather talk than
I know.
text. But the different generation coming through, and maybe so old people, purely want to text. But so sometimes the only time that I will text
Yep.
is when I genuinely don't want to talk. So if I text someone,
Yep.
I want to text. And when they call, I'm like, no, it's a texting.
Can I just play devil's advocate here? Sometimes I can't. I'm the opposite to you. I can't be bothered talking, and I'd much rather text, Anastasia. So that's why,
Yeah.
like, I have a girlfriend who's a talker, and so we'll be texting, and then she'll call me. I'll be like, "Man, we've been through this. I don't want to talk to you. I was happy with our text conversation." So I'm sorry, Anastasia, that that's happened to you, but that is why.
We're not going to have good conversations on the phone.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Short and sharp.
Oh dear. Let's go to Tana from Morford Vale. Good morning, Tana.
Good morning, guys. What a beautiful Wednesday.
Isn't it stunning? Tana, what's doing your head in?
People who send one sentence text messages, but like back to back. Can you just finish your thought and write it all in one? I don't need 700 messages back to back and reading that.
There she is. Tana, you have won the invisible prize because I could not agree more. It's like, oh, hello, how are you? Next one, what are you up to? How have you been? What about this bit of information? And this, and this. And then you check your phone, you've got 7 messages. And what about this, Tana? Our younger person in the team is producer Zoe. When I explained this to her yesterday, she said, big paragraphs can be confronting. I'm scared. The younger kids are scared of big paragraphs. Sorry, kids.
Yeah, go, producer M.
I'm going to back Zoe up here because Zoe and I have conversations like this all the time. Exactly, that's fine. Those are all of our thoughts. As the thoughts come into your mind, you are writing those sentences.
Well, why don't you feel free?
Oh, here we go.
Just
Advice
to
from Andrew.
Take the extra 90 seconds and all of a sudden you don't have to go every... Oh, she's still going?
But I also use it
More
for emphasis on things. So I'll say, oh, God, Hazy was annoying me today. One text.
That's gotta
Also-
be more than one.
Also, one text.
Yeah.
He looked terrible today. Because I'm just
my God.
emphasising the different thoughts.
I prefer all those thoughts in one paragraph. That is
You
not
might find it confronting, though.
I have friends that do that, and it just makes me laugh because I know that that's how frenetic their brain is.
Yeah.
That like, oh, I've got to say that, and I've got to say that, and I've got to say that, and I just giggle. I think it's funny.
Yeah, right, okay. Well, we're getting this off our chest. It's nice.
Okay, it's just safe space.
Oh, 13 24 10. Let's put it out there. Poor phone etiquette, the things that really grind your gears in terms of mobile phone use. And what about this? If you're a victim of Abby not writing back to you,
Yep.
why don't you give us a call as well? Hear your thoughts.
We'd love to hear from you.
She's tough to get hold of.
If you're one of the 2036 people who feel much maligned by a newsreader Abby, get in contact.
We'll take more calls next. 13 24 10.
What the fork?
What the fork?
The fork was happening.
If you are new to the show, welcome. This is What the Fork, the segment where you basically go, what the fork? There's no forks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Again, you know, all those little things in life that just trigger you and blow your mind.
Which was newsreader Abby's fault, by the way, originally.
Yeah, actually.
Stole
my
the
God,
forks.
there's so much to answer for on the show.
You really, really take over What the Fork, don't you, newsreader Abby?
Yeah. 2036 unread text messages, which
You have changed the number every single
I
time
know,
you've
that's
done
okay.
it.
That's what I like to do.
200 and it was 2038, now it's 2036. Now it'll be like 3,904 next.
Okay, well, feel free to memorise the number. That's okay.
2038.
We're talking about all those things that drive you insane about phone behaviour and etiquette. Should we take line 3, you reckon?
Yeah, so we put it out there. We said, look, if you're one of the 2,038 victims of unread text messages from newsreader Abby, give us a call on 13 24 10. And
Have you got the bank on the line, have you?
yeah, so who knew we had 2,038 lines available?
Oh, gosh. Okay. Is it one of the blokes that she's ghosted, maybe?
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
Sure. Let's go to Brad from Macclesfield. Good morning.
Good morning. How are we?
Good. Okay. Have we got this correct? You're a victim. You're an Abby in the newsroom victim. Is that right?
I am. Yeah. G'day, Abs. It's been a while. I messaged. How long have you been in the job now, Abby?
2 years, just over.
2 years. Yeah. Well, look, here's my triple text. But I had to double text you once just to get an answer. But congratulations on the job.
Oh!
Sounds great. welcome home back from Queensland.
Have you got the right number? Because I have looked through my phone and I cannot find a message from you.
Well,
that's a lie.
That's even worse that you haven't saved Brad's number. How embarrassing.
Yeah. You know what's worse here? Is that it was hard enough getting an answer out of it when we were doing uni group work, let alone just an answer to a message saying congratulations on a job.
That is a complete lie. I was so good. I
Put
was
your
so
name on the
good
group
at group
project, didn't you?
projects.
Put your name on there.
That's a lie.
Hey, Brad, is it true that you did 97% of the work in the group project and Abby still took the high distinction?
Absolutely. You know how many complaints I made in uni?
Well, I still graduated, so joke's on you.
Oh, Brad, so there's your response. Are you happy?
Oh, you know what? I feel like I'm owed a coffee and perhaps a free ticket or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Watch this space, mate. She'll be in touch.
Yeah, don't message me. I'll message you.
Yeah, no, you won't. That's the whole point of the last 10 minutes. No, you won't.
Tell us you'll start replying to some of those messages, Abs.
Probably not.
Well, just delete it. Please hit delete.
It's too much now. I'm overwhelmed.
Hey, how many loves do you reckon you've had in your lifetime?
Oh, that's a really, really intense question, isn't it? Because you don't want to offend your partner.
No.
Oh, I honestly, I'm not. Maybe one genuine one.
Yeah.
It feels like I've only had one genuine love.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's some research and also TikTok
Sorry, Maxes.
that shows that, in fact, we have 3 loves in a lifetime. There's some science behind this.
Different variances of love.
Different forms of love. Do you want me to run through them?
Yes, please.
All right. This is some random guy from TikTok. I don't even know who he is, but anyway, he is the foremost authority on the number of loves that you've had in your life. The first one is the young, puppy, innocent love, normally in high school, that's bursting with intensity and passion that you only see in the movies. Have a listen.
Our first love. This love often happens at a young age. You eventually grow apart. When you grow older, you may look back and think it wasn't love. But the truth, it was. It was love for what you knew love to be.
100%. I had that.
Did you have high school love?
Yeah, year 12.
Yeah?
Year 12 all together for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And you're right, it is intense.
Yeah.
Because everything's new.
Yeah.
But she's so, and then 100%, you look back and you're young and stupid. You're like, wow, what's going on?
But at the time, it feels like the person is your whole world, right?
100%.
And then when you split up, you're like, I will never get over you until someone else catches the corner of your eye and you're like, yeah, ah, well.
Yeah, right. And you move on swiftly too, mind you.
And because you're 17, you're full of hormones. Luke Hay will probably pash Nicole Bates on camp and you retaliate by hooking up with Campbell Black at school and you won't talk to each other ever again.
So who was the first person?
That was my first boyfriend.
What was his name?
Luke Hay.
Oh, I thought you said Luke Hable. I'm like, that was my old house, mate. Oh my gosh. Did you bash on with Harvesy boy? Okay.
No, I did not. Okay, you ready for the second love?
Yes.
Because I think everyone's experienced that first head over heels love. This is your second.
Then there's our second love, the hard one. You get hurt in this one. This love teaches us lessons and makes us stronger. This is one where we grow. Now we know the difference between good and bad partners. We now know exactly what we want and what we don't want.
Okay, so you experienced that?
What do you think
Oh,
of him?
hang on. Hang on. It was a joke. Oh, God.
Hang on. Okay.
Did you experience heartbreak in your divorce? No, it was completely smooth sailing.
No, it was so
Said
fun.
no one ever who's divorced.
Let me just say, if there wasn't heartbreak, then we'd probably still be together. Am I right?
Okay, yes, fair enough. I'm sorry I said that. Sometimes I talk without thinking.
Yeah, you think? Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the third love. And this is where things take a nice turn.
Then there's our third love. This one comes blindly, no warning. You don't go looking for this love. It comes to you. You can put up any wall you want. It'll be broken down. You'll find yourself caring about a person without even trying. You see beauty in their imperfections. You hide nothing from them. You want marriage with them, family with them. You thank the universe for them. You truly love them.
That is nice.
So I heard this and went, oh, my, that is scarily accurate.
Yes.
Welcome to joining the conversation on 132410 if that is how the timeline has played out for you. But I think the key in all this, and I don't want to get too deep with you because I know it's a waste of my time, but you learn so much about through that heartbreak of the second love that goes pear-shaped, and you learn to really know yourself so well that by the time that unexpected third love comes along, you're like, I'm ready for it.
I'm ready. So 100%, and that's what happened to me because I thought the biggest difference for me was when you get to a state where you're due and you want a girlfriend, and that's when you get in a relationship and there's a genuine honeymoon phase, and then it fades and you're like, well, what's going on here? My wife had just come out of a long-term relationship, so she definitely didn't want to jump straight into a relationship, and I was like, I want to be single. I definitely want to be single. And we caught up, and then we caught up again. And then we just kept on catching up, and all of a sudden we're in a relationship. So it started where it was good, and then it went to great, instead of starting great and then going to good and going bad. So it's like getting more and more progressive as we go on.
The third one doesn't follow the rules, does it?
No, not at all. And it was untimed, and all of a sudden. And on top of that as well, it was like traditionally what I would tick off as to go for was not what Cara was, even though I think she's the most beautiful girl in the world. It's very, very different. So 100%. It was like, it was just, and now I look back and be like, wow, maybe that all happened for a reason. And for that particular moment. The Prince Albert on a Friday night playing a gig. It's probably Wonderwall that got her over the line too.
It was not.
Joe's looking forward to the Logies, August 18th on Channel 7, and in particular there's one award that everyone wants to get their hands on, of course, that is the Gold Logie. And the nominees this year, we're talking Tony Armstrong, Larry Emder, Sonia Kruger, Andy Lee, Asher Keddy. But I'll tell you what, probably the front runners, Robert Irwin and Julia Morris, thanks to their work on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Very happy to say as well, the guys join us. G'day, guys.
G'day.
How are you guys?
Oh, we're so good, thank you. And can I just...
Amazing.
I'm just going to say, Julia, you must be living your best life because you look bloody amazing. We're looking at you on the screen here and you look incredible. You look healthy and happy and fit, I have to say.
Sparkly eyes.
Yeah.
She's been up here jumping crocodiles with me, you know, that's the thing. It's been
That's
good.
exactly right. I keep getting in the death roll phase and then I'm rolling the croc. So he gets a bit stressed and then anyway, that's another story. But always standing by for, the Crocodile, always.
Hey, so good that you've both been nominated together because I always think it would be really awkward if one of a duo got nominated and the other. Like, I mean, I don't want to, talk about the war, but Kylie and Larry. Larry's been nominated and Kylie hasn't. Does that make things... Because if you got nominated and I didn't, geez, I'd be filthy.
Yeah, that's a tricky dynamic. And then I'd assume from the outside looking in, it looks like you guys are very, very tight. So if someone won and the other one didn't, then I would imagine that the one who didn't win would be proud as punch for the other. Is that right?
This stage of television, everyone is just trying to cling on to their job.
Yes.
So you kind of... Yeah, unreal. But the other thing is having two people from one show, it does divide our chances.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's wild. Like it doesn't happen very often. Like this is pretty wild. So like from one side of that too, I feel like it's really cool that you actually get to share this experience with someone, like with one of your mates, because it's such an awesome group of people. All the nominees are just so cool. But actually being able to be in that room with one of your mates going through this together is like, it's such a dream. It's really, really cool and very unique. Like I'm counting my lucky stars, absolutely.
Robert, just quickly, mate, can we talk about your rise? Because it is incredibly rapid. Like this moment in general, no matter what happens on August 18th, mate, you are heading in such an incredible direction. How does this feel?
Thank you. It's wonderful. And, you know, it's funny. I take real inspiration from what my dad always used to say. He'd always say, I don't really mind if people remember me, but I do care that people remember my message. And I feel the exact same way. I hope that in everything I do, I get to stand behind a cause that I believe in, you know, wildlife conservation and passion and positivity and family and fun and all of that. And really it's about pushing a very important message, and hopefully I get to be a new generation, a wildlife advocate standing up for the world. And you know, I don't think there's ever really been a wildlife conservationist included in the Logie. So that's already, I'm like, that's a win. Just the fact that I get to push this message, but also the fact that I get to really be guided, and I've got this amazing mentor through this whole I'm a Celebrity journey, which has been Julia. It just feels like this amazing part of my life, and I hope more than anything to continue the legacy that my dad really forged, but then also to forge my own. And that's the era that I'm in right now, and mate, grateful is the word. Very, very grateful.
And what's fascinating, guys, even through this process, is we have spoken to a lot of people who are like, you know what, you've only just started in the industry. We are talking about someone, Robert Irwin, so you know, has been on Fallon, Jimmy Fallon, 15 times. In sketches.
That's true.
In promotions.
Oh, my God.
In all sorts of stuff. So we're not talking about a beginner in the industry.
Yeah. I always got to say, you got to spare a thought for my mum. I was filmed being born, so my life's been on camera. But more importantly, my mum got filmed giving birth. So that's who you really have to spare a thought.
She's
for.
the guru.
I mean, I've never seen that footage, Robert.
Yeah.
I presume
the Crocodile Hunter documentary.
Oh my God!
Seriously,
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Good luck.
Legends. Good to
18th
chat.
of August. We appreciate you guys joining us. Julia Morris, Robert Irwin, thank you so much.
See you guys.
Newsreader Abby is in here, and let's talk about this.
Beautiful people, top designer clothes, front row fashion shows.
Little research study has jumped onto your desk. The differences between ugly people and beautiful people.
It has, and you know that we all, I love a study, let's be honest. But this one was called The Ugly Truth, and I thought, oh, hello, this is right up my alley. So essentially, a study in the US from the Social Science and Medicine Department of a US university.
To make sure you get that right, because everyone's hanging on every word.
Yes. Oh, shush. Anyway, so essentially they've looked into less attractive people and attractive people, and it's shown that less attractive people die earlier.
Well, that's
Die
very,
first.
that's very grim, isn't it?
So basically what they're saying is that more attractive people usually are healthier, and also they are less lonely. So, for example, they've got more friends, they go out more, they've got a partner, etc., etc.
Okay.
Interesting.
So beautiful people die earlier.
No. Less attractive people die earlier. Ugly people die earlier, is what they're saying. And it's kind of like the Pretty Woman effect. Producer Emily and I were talking about this the other day. When you go into a shop, if I haven't got my hair done, I look like absolute crap, and I walk into a shop, 9 times out of 10 they won't say hello to me. If I leave, if I go from work and I've got my hair done, makeup on, and I've got, say, a pair of heels, which is how I usually dress, but some days I don't, I will get, hi, how you going? What can I help you with? Is there anything you're looking for? Etc., etc.
Wow.
That's sad.
It's really sad because, let's be honest, like that's how it is, unfortunately, and that's us as a human race.
What's the difference for you, like going out of the house looking like you do now, which is no hair and makeup, but when you get dolled up, do you get treated differently?
Oh my gosh, you've got no idea.
It depends if he's got his shirt on or off. So if he's strutting down the street with his shirt off, I'm sure that he would get,
What about I had legs out yesterday, and producer Zoe said to me, geez, probably due to run the Clippers over those things, aren't they? Aren't you? Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy.
This is the unfortunate thing for you working with all these women is that there's so much judgment on your appearance, isn't there?
There is.
You must feel so objectified.
And there's no judgment going the other way at all. Like, honestly, you're kidding, aren't you? There's no... See, hang on, there is a little bit of judgment. We'll go back to producer Zoe, who's wearing like, I think she's wearing M&M's jeans again. But apparently that's the fashion trend these days.
Wow, so that's unbelievable, isn't it?
There's no judgment at all, except for the fact that producer Emily and newsreader Abby are wearing the exact same dress
today.
The exact same dress.
Hey, we're in different colours. Thank you very much.
Where's it from, babes? Where'd you two get the same dress from?
Also, you copied me because I bought this first in all 3 colours.
Oh, there we
Where
go.
from, though?
Kmart.
Did you?
Very nice.
I love it. It looks great.
So there you go.
Okay, let me get this straight. Ugly people die earlier.
Yes.
I'm going to live till I'm 400.
There you go. I was going to say I'm on track to die at 65. And this study also revealed that Connor Rose is going to live to 176. It's nice, isn't it?